Hello, everyone, and welcome to our exciting lecture series on microeconomics. And I'm your instructor Jamal. Hi there. So, for today, we will start a new chapter, but the old concepts still need to start this chapter. So, we're going to start from a quick refresher. So, we were discussing chapter cost of production and what we learned from cost of production, the cost curves, and their shapes. By looking at this graph, can you identify which one is marginal cost, which one is average total cost, which one is average variable cost, and which one is average fixed cost? So we have learned from our cost of production that A is called marginal cost, B is called average total cost, C is called average variable cost, and D is called average fixed cost. Sorry. So let's start from our one objective that we learned from our cost of production, that marginal cost rise with the amount of output produced. So as long as you produce more, marginal cost start rising, right? So here is the answer, that which one is marginal cost and which one is average total cost, average variable cost, and average fixed cost. Let's move further. The second point that we learned from our chapter cost of production is that the average total cost curve is U-shaped, right? If you see number B, which is average total cost, it is U-shaped, right? Which means at very low level of outputs, if you see, if you produce here, the average total cost is decreasing, right? Which is number 3. At first, average total cost decline as output increases. So when you start increasing the output at low level of outputs, average total cost decreasing, right? Number fourth one is that the marginal cost curve crosses the average total cost curve at its efficient scale. So what we learned, that average total cost is U-shaped, right? And the bottom of the U-shaped curve, this bottom of where when you increase production, the cost remains the same, right? So this bottom of the U-shaped curve, we call this efficient scale. So let me just erase it. So the average total cost cuts the the marginal cost cuts the average total cost at its minimum, which is efficient scale, right? Number fifth one, what we learned is that whenever marginal cost is less than average total cost is falling, which means we know that marginal cost cuts the average total cost at its minimum. So here in this area, any quantity you take, the marginal cost here is less than average total cost, right? So this is average total cost and this is marginal cost, right? Similarly, if we talk about this, so this is average total cost and this is marginal cost, right? So the left hand side of the where marginal cost intersect or cut the average total cost is this condition where MC less than ATC. So what is the managerial condition here? So by producing more, what you are achieving, your average total cost starts declining. That is amazing miracle, right? The general perception is that when you produce more, cost starts rising, right? But this condition where marginal cost less than average total cost, if you produce more, the average total cost declines, right? And this is also called the economies of scale as well. So if you understand what we discussed before and in the chapter cost of production, then just pause the video and try to answer it. If you don't understand here, just please write us in our WeChat group and we can discuss about that in our live Zoom meeting. Okay, so the answer is C. Let's go further. So how about this practical example here? I have pasted here. Just pause the video and try to solve it by yourself, and at the end match the answer. So the answer is D. So today we're going to start chapter 14, which is firms in competitive markets. So from now on we will start explaining how the firms in different types of markets they make their production and they make their production decisions. So remember that what we talk about how to maximize profit, there are two ways. Profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost. There are two methods. One is either we increase the revenue, or the second one is either we decrease the total cost. So what we learned that total revenue is not completely 100% in the hands of the firm, but its total cost the company can control it, right? Our objective is to maximize this profit, so we can do that. So in that case here, in competitive market, what we are trying to do is to find out that quantity that if we produce it that serve this purpose to minimize the total cost. When you minimize the total cost, what happens? You are achieving this economic objective of increasing the profit. So the overall goal of all the markets that we will learn, whether this is perfect competition, monopoly and monopolistic competition, and oligopoly, whatsoever is the market, our goal is to find out that quantity which minimize the cost. Or when you talk about minimize the cost, it means maximize profit, right? So you should keep in mind that what we are trying to do, this analysis based on finding the quantity that maximize the profit or minimize the cost. Okay, so let's officially discuss this chapter. So the introduction of this chapter says that, have you ever noticed if you go to the local gas station, and if local gas station raise the price by 20%, it would see a large drop in its sales. You can also find out this kind of stuff in your local area. If somebody increase the price, it sees sudden decrease in its sales. There can be elasticity, yes, but while if your local water company raised its price, it would see only small drop in sales. Why is that? So the question is, why? What if the gasoline local station increases price, people stop buying from there? And what if your local water supply company increase the price? So the answer here is that you don't have other choice, right? You also can think in terms of elasticity as well, because this is inelastic and this is elastic, but we are talking about the market structure, right? So let's talk about further.